Hello everyone, it's been a while since our last recording and I'm so excited to this one. CRXAI 1.5 is finally here and this release is fully packed with powerful features for architects, designers and creatives like you. We have so many things to cover, so let's dive in. Okay, as you know, CRXAI has two versions, the web application and also we have the Windows application. So the web application, you can access that by just simply going to the web and just type CRXAI.app and that would show the landing page for CRXAI and you can sign in from here, or you can download the Windows application, install it on your device, and then you could have the desktop application, which is the one I'm using at the moment. So if you have this application, you can again just go and sign in from here, and this one will open the dashboard for CRXAI. And let's go through the dashboard. So first, now we have the sidebar on the left side of the screen, and also here we have our 4 AI models. On the sidebar also you can see those models over here, and now with the recent release we have this icon over here, and this helped to expand and collapse the sidebar, which is something very helpful when you start using one of these AI models for AI generation. And the other things that I want to mention here, so for example, here we have the extra credit, which is something you can purchase just in case you have used all your monthly credit. So you have the option, this button over here. So if you go and click on this button, you have the option to purchase an extra 100 credit, and these credits they don't expire, so meaning you can use them as long as you have a valid subscription and you have used all your monthly credit. If you want to have access to your account details and your billing portal, you can do this from this icon over here. So if I go now and click on that, I can go to the account details. Here I can see my email, change my profile, photos, change, and then also I can see my email over here, and also what kind of security measure that I have on the other side. The other things you can do, you can click on the billing portal. So let's say you subscribe for CRXAI and then you think, that's it, let me just cancel my subscription, or maybe I want to renew my subscription to something else. So again, you can do it all from that portal over here. Now let's start with our ideation model. Let me just collapse this. So the ideation model, we have 2 versions now, 1.3, 1.4, and these models now faster than before. And alongside with that, we have the SignUp, the AI assistant. So we realize it's sometimes hard to write a nice prompt to get a nice result. So you could go, for example, and use the SignUp to help you with putting your prompt. So all what you need is just put a few keywords and will generate a nice prompt for you. But also make sure like these prompt generated by SignUp, just go and review them before you use them. So let's, for example, I put innovation center. Let's use vegetations. Let's put top of the hill, modern or futuristic design. Yeah, and then we send the request. Now we get this prompt, so you could just go copy the prompt by clicking on this button over here, and then we go back to prompt section and we paste the prompt that we get from SignUp. And then here we have the number of outputs, so we have up to maximum of 4 that we can generate at once. And then we also have the aspect ratio. So I'll keep it to the default and then hit generate. And you can see how fast actually is now to generate those images. You get this nice innovation center, which is following the prompt, the one we have over here. So if you don't like anything on that, you can always go back and ask it to change. For example, let's change the golden hour, let's say. Oh, you know, yeah, sunset. Let's just put sunset. Wait a few seconds. Now we get this this prompt designed to reflect the hue of the sunset. So if you copy this, go back here, paste it, paste our prompt, and then you can just go click generate. And in a few seconds, here we go. Now we have another design and there is a sunset in the background. So yeah, and it's very, very fast. So let's try go with up to 4. Click generate. Now in 2 seconds, 2.9 seconds, you get these nice images. So that's with the ideation. You can always like go. You can go and switch back to the older version, and you can click generate and see what kind of result you get. We've realized some of our users, they like the old version, so this is why we kept it. Anyway, so you get these images. Let me just switch back maybe to the new one. Click generate again. And again, in 3 seconds, you can have those nice images. If you want to save those images, you can click on that icon over here, and this will download all these 4 images. So if I click, and now because I'm using the desktop application, I get this window. But if you want to download individual images, you can just click on any one of them, look at it. If you like it, just go and click on this download button over here, and that will show this window and you could save it. So you have 2 options. And this is for the ideation. Now let's go and jump into the visionary model. So this is our visionary model. With the visionary model, you have we have now 2 options. So 1.3 and 1.5. The 1.3 is a text to image, meaning you can just write a prompt and generate an image. So you can also use SignUp for again creating those prompts for you. So let's use the prompt we had from the previous from the ideation model. Now just bear in mind, using the visionary model, there is a limit to the number of text you can put here, and the limit is 350 characters. Anyway, so I'll click generate now. and then you can also have something like this. Now what is nice about the visionary model, it is actually produce realistic images, while the previous one, the ideation, you can still feel it is not real, but visionary produce something looks like a real images. So yeah, and the same thing actually goes with the version 1.5. But what is nice about version 1.5, it's you can actually use this with your SketchUp design, with your Revit project, and I will show you how to do that. Now I have Revit open and I can use that to render basically that project. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm using the desktop application, and then I can just go and click on this icon over here. As you can see now I have 4 screens. I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to go to the application window, and from here I can see Autodesk Revit. It is open and showing my project. I can select that, click select, and now I have Revit, or the window of Revit, open inside CRXAI. So what I'm gonna do now, because if I gonna render this, it will render also the UI, and this is something I don't want to do. So I'm gonna just go and try to crop that project, or just crop and select only that window over here. So I can go to this icon over here, crop and move. So and from here I can also select the aspect ratio of the crop window. So maybe I can go with the widescreen, and then I can just zoom in. I'm using the scroll to zoom in, and let's say, okay, this is the window that I'm gonna use, and then I can click save, and as you can see, it is automatically updated on the CRXAI. Now if I go back to Revit, let's say, let me just kind of rotate a little bit, and maybe I can get something like this, or yeah, let's say I've switched and changed the view. I can go back to CRXAI, and I can just click on this refresh screen over here, and this will again show me the updated version. So in this case it is off the screen, so I can just go back on the crop. I can move that a little bit here, happy with that, and then I can save it, and then you get something like this. Like this. There we go. Right, okay, now what we need to do is also write a nice prompt to generate a nice images. So to do that, I could again use SignUp, which is very helpful to give me that nice prompt, or I can just write something very simple over here. So in my case, I was just gonna use it red, can use like red brick building and white window frame, and I could put something like slate roof, nice environment, and yeah, hit generate. And that would generate something like this, which is really nice. If you go back and forth, you can see, or you can compare like the old and the new. Or you could even go and upscale the image if you like it. You can also download the image from here. So I'm just going to go and download this. So that's one way. If you don't like this, or if you want to add something else to the prompt, you can always do that. So let's say, for example, Let's put traditional building, generate. And then you get something else, different results. Okay, there's another thing that you can use with that workflow, because visionary model has dual capabilities. So what I'm gonna do now, so I'm gonna go and switch to the older version, and let's, for example, I don't know, maybe I can use the same prompt to generate. You know what? Let's use, for example, this organic 2, and I will generate an image using one of these samples, and then I'm going to use that image as a base with the version 1.5 to do some extra changes. So let's say, okay, I'm generate this, you know what, I like this, and just download this, can share it with you maybe afterward, and then I can also go click on this, click on select, right, and now I can switch back to 1.5, and as you can see now, this becomes the original image, meaning any prompt I write here will be reflected on this image over here. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna put here, but let's do something like nice modern building, vegetation, like for vegetation, the and concrete, maybe structure, surface. Surface, concrete structure. Let's hit generate. And then you can create those images after from those bits. As you can see, you have so many things that you can do here. So you can use your Revit project, you can use any other images you find online. You could use SketchUp, you can use the older version 1.3 generates very nice AI generated images, and then you can use those images directly with CRXAI to create a nice visualization or design for your project. So again, this process will help, I think, during the early stage of your design process, because you still you have some ideas and you just want to have some inspiration. This process, I think, would be very helpful using the visionary model. And even if you have your project, it is mature to a certain extent, you can also use that model to render and get some real nice images, which is really good for exploration. So that's enough talking about the visionary model. Now let's go into the visualization model. So I'm gonna just go and jump into the dashboard, and on the dashboard I'm just gonna go and click on the visualization model. Guys, just a quick note. So if you switch from one model to other, just make sure you save everything. So if you have your images, you generate certain images, save them. Because once you switch from one model to another, everything will be erased. So make sure you save your images. Don't switch from one model to the other without going and save those images. So let's go back now to our visualization model. So now I'm on the visualization model. If I go now and click on the desktop, so I can go and find my Revit project. Okay, this is my Revit project. Nice. I can also do the same thing, go crop, click widescreen, and then I could zoom in to maybe like this. All right, save. There we go. And then as you can see now with the visionary model, with the visualization model, we have those presets. So I'm just gonna go and select maybe one of these. So let's go maybe with the, I don't know, colored pencil, and then click generate. And then you get, so this is the colors, and then you get something like this. So let's try to use different children's book maybe. You get something like this, but if you want to have something a bit more, let's use that, charcoal. That's really nice, guys. So again, there are so many presets and styles that you could choose from, or you could always go to the advanced mode and write your prompt. So I'm just gonna write probably the same prompt. So let's use like a red brick, the one I use with the visionary model. Okay, now let's try to change the orientation. So we're just gonna go back to Revit. Maybe go to this side. Okay, and just go back to CRXAI, refresh, switch. I think I could maybe move this a little bit. Go back to CRXAI, refresh. Here we go. Then use the same prompt. Hit generate. And that's another result. Let's go compare. Okay, use those sliders to, there we go. Nice result, don't you think? Right. Save. There we go. Okay, now let's jump to our final model, the editor model. So now I'm on the editor model and I can do the same thing. So I can even go and you know, bring my Revit project over here and do some editing to that Revit project. Or I can upload, I don't say upload because we're not really uploading any images. You could just go and select an image you have from the project, and then you can use that as a base and you start doing some editing to that image. So so for example, we've generated a few images using the visionary model. So I can just go now and select one of these images. So we'll go and select this one, right? And then using this as my original and base image, I can do some editing. So for example, now let's say I want to have some solar panels on top. So I can just select this area here. Okay, save, and I can put solar panels. Yeah, click generate. and this should add a solar panel to our project. And here you have it. We have now the solar panel. Now let's say, okay, that's nice, this is what I want. I go and select this to make it my base image because I want to add more into that. So this is the AI generated, so I need to switch the visibility to the original image. And as you can see now, the original image is the same as the AI generated. AI generated original. So now I'm gonna go and add something else. So for example, let's add, I don't know, a modern car. Let's say here, let's add a modern car. Modern car. Generate. And now if I switch to, and then you can see, I don't know, add a Tesla in front of the house. Really nice. I can go, I don't know, let's download these ones. So let's download the first one where we add the solar panel. Download this one where we have the car. And I'm gonna now use this one again as my base image. So if you haven't noticed that, so this is the AI generated. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go to the visibility icon, which is this one over here, right? So, and then just go click on that, and that would switch it to switch this into the original, as you can see down here. And I can see now the car is over here. So, okay, now let's use that. And then we use the lasso tool to add something else to that. So let's say I want to add, I don't know, maybe a few people standing maybe on the stairs. Let's say a man standing on the stairs. On the stair. Okay, now we've generated an image. As you can see now, we've added a man. He's not standing on a stair, but standing next to the stairs. But it's really nice. So switch this back. Right. Yeah. Actually, I like the one is generated now better than the old one. Yeah. Nice. That's really nice. It's changed a few things, but I think the generated one looks much better than the old one. Right. So just go back, download this, and I'm gonna also select it, use it as my base image. So let's start to do something else. Let's add maybe dogs. A dog maybe standing like right here. So this is the AI generated. This is why the lasso tool is not working. So I need to switch back to the original, activate the lasso tool, and then here I can add a dog tango. And here you go. Now we have the man, we have the dog, we have the car, we have the solar panels, and you can keep add more and more into that. Thanks for watching. If you find this update helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a content like this. And hey, before you go, we are running a limited time discount for new and existing customers. So if you are thinking of upgrading or trying CRXAI for the first time, now is the perfect time to jump in. Check out the link in the description for more detail. Grab your discount code before it's gone, and see you guys in the next one. And keep creating with CRXAI.